Hello everyone, welcome back to my new video. So I have brought one question in front of you with respect to heating of carboxylic acid. And the question is, of course, really to test your knowledge. It's like how many monocarboxylic acid if I am taking as my reactant upon which when I am heating, then I will be getting this as my desired product. Okay, so that you have to answer it. So you can pause the video and you can start solving it. So if I talk about writing the answers and all. So first of all, when you are getting questions like that, you have to assume one fact, that is you need to write both, or you need to count both structural as well as stereo, because by default JEE-ADVANCED means what? Structure and stereo together. If it would have been like you have to tell me that number of monocarboxylic acid only is structural, then it has to be mentioned. If it has to be only stereo, then also it will be mentioned. But if it is nothing mentioned, then you have to count both structural as well as stereo. Now, if you have an idea regarding heating effects of carboxylic acid, then what you will be saying, like there should have like you have beta comma gamma unsaturation to be present in your acid. And if that would be the case, then of course there is C double bond O. And if I am taking that into picture, and if I'm saying like the very basic acid that I will be having is this one, then you must understand one thing, like yeah, it satisfies that criteria of beta comma gamma, and beta comma gamma unsaturation is, if it is present, then upon gentle heating, okay, there will be like CO2 will be coming out, and if CO2 goes, then we will be having this as our answer. But this is not only one thing that we will have. The various kinds of possibilities apart from this would be like putting a deuterium only at, you can say, alpha with respect to C double bond O, and putting your COH next to the other side. And if I talk about heating, then again CO2 will be out, and you will be getting again this as your answer. And the last part is, straight away you are taking your substrate to be like what? C double bond O, and then you have to have COOD. So in this process, you will be getting it to be like what? CO2 will be out, and this deuterium will come over here. Okay. So if I talk about the shortcuts and all, what I usually suggest, among students is like you need to take CO2 out. That's all. But you also have to believe one thing, that the compound and all that you are taking it should be undergoing tautomerism to have that as your answer. Because if I'm putting this in front of you, right, and this is your acid, and if I'm saying like will there be beta comma gamma unsaturation, you will be saying yeah, it is. And in this case, if you are saying like this to be your answer, then now of course that's wrong, because over here the first step is like putting a double bond over here. So if I talk about the actual process, like how it goes, then I must have to take something in the form of like what? B, A, and there is something like CH2, C double bond O, OH. And if I have to rewrite it, I will be rewriting it something like this. And in this case, the B and H will interact, which basically means AB bond will go in between B and H. Oxygen hydrogen bond will break, and it will be given to CO, and this bond will break. So over here something like break, form, break, form, break, form is happening, and reaction proceeds via 6-membered cyclic transition state. Hence, it is stable, and if that would be the case, you will be having BH, A, and scenario will be like what? CH2. So this is the first thing that I was talking about, that you will be getting it. And if that would be the case, then over here for this one, the right answer should be like what? This one. So we know that if over here, if I replace this boron, not boron, B with carbon, then you will be having what? No tautomerism. So in that regard, this is the first thing. that will be coming, and that has to be marked as right. The other cases and all, if I can take this one, then in this case there should not be having any problem, because when you are heating it, you will not be marking your answer to be like this, because over here you know that iska enol form and all will be like more stable, so you have to take its enolic form, and in that you will be finding that congrats, you have got phenol as your answer. So that's all with respect to heating effect. We'll meet again in the next video with some different topic. Till then, take care. Bye bye.